Disclaimer: the following story is a fictional reimagining of the Mande Barung legend intended for mature audiences. It contains themes of horror, violence, and disturbing imagery. They say the Garo hills are the lungs of India, a verdant expanse where ancient spirits reside. But beneath the emerald canopy lurks a terror, a creature of myth and nightmare, the Mande Barung. I'd scoffed at the tales as a kid, campfire stories to scare the timid. But now, as an anthropologist with a penchant for the obscure, I was drawn to the heart of darkness. The Garo Hills, once a place of wonder, now held a sinister allure. Our expedition was small. Me, a seasoned tracker named Cam, and a young, eager videographer, Rhea. Cam was a repository of local lore, his eyes holding the weight of centuries. Rhea, with her insatiable curiosity, was the spark that ignited our journey. As we delved deeper into the jungle, the familiar world dissolved. The canopy thickened, casting an eerie twilight even at midday. The air was heavy with the scent of decay and something else, a primal fear that seeped into your bones. Cam grew tense, his grip on his machete tightened. He spoke in hushed tones of disappearances, of villagers vanishing without a trace, their homes left eerily silent. It was then I realized the weight of what we were chasing. Then came the night. The jungle transformed into a living nightmare, sounds amplified, distorted. The wind whispered through the trees like a chorus of tormented souls. And then the howl, a guttural, blood-curdling sound that echoed through the night, a cacophony of terror. It was as if the jungle itself was screaming. Rhea's camera trembled, her grip white-knuckled. I felt a cold dread, a primal fear that I hadn't experienced since childhood. Cam's eyes were fixed on a point in the darkness, a feral intensity in his gaze. Then we saw it, or rather, we heard it first. A massive, rhythmic pounding, like a drumbeat of doom. The undergrowth parted, and two glowing eyes emerged. They were inhuman, vast, and red, like burning coals. A shape emerged from the shadows. It was taller than a man, covered in matted black fur. Its limbs were disproportionately long, ending in clawed hands and feet. But it was the face that haunted my dreams for years to come. A grotesque, ape-like visage, with a mouth that stretched from ear to ear, revealing rows of jagged teeth. The Mande Barung. It moved with a terrifying grace, its movements fluid despite its immense size. Its eyes locked onto us, and a low growl rumbled from its chest. The air crackled with tension. Rhea's camera captured the horror unfolding before us. The creature lunged, its massive form a blur. Cam reacted instinctively, his machete flashing in the dim light. The blade sank into the creature's flesh, but it barely slowed it down. In a frenzy, the Mande Barung attacked. Cam fought bravely, but he was no match for the beast. A scream tore from his throat as the creature's claws raked across his body. Terror consumed me. I could only watch as my friend was torn apart, his blood painting the jungle floor. Rhea, her face a mask of horror, dropped her camera and ran. I followed, the creature's howls echoing behind us. The jungle seemed to close in, the trees forming a menacing wall. We stumbled and fell, branches clawing at our skin. The Mande Barung's footsteps were growing louder. I could feel its hot breath on the back of my neck. Then, a clearing, a sliver of hope in the darkness. We burst into the open, the moonlight illuminating our escape. But the creature was upon us. I turned to face it, adrenaline coursing through my veins. Rhea was already ahead, disappearing into the night. I was alone with the monster. The Mande Barung lunged. I dodged, my heart pounding in my ears. We circled each other, a deadly dance under the watchful eyes of the moon. I found an opening, a gap in its guard. I threw everything I had into a desperate attack. My knife aimed for its throat. The blade sank deep, but it was not enough. The creature roared in pain, its eyes filled with a blinding rage. Its massive hand closed around my arm. I screamed as it crushed the bone. The world went black. When I woke, I was alone. The jungle was silent, the air thick with the scent of fear. I was injured, weak but alive. Ria was gone. I stumbled out of the jungle, my body and mind scared. The Mande Barung had taken everything from me, my friend, my innocence, and a part of my soul. I carried the scars of that night, both physical and mental. The howls of the Mande Barung still haunt my dreams, and though I escaped with my life, a part of me is still trapped in that terrifying jungle, forever changed by the encounter with the creature of nightmares. They say the Mande Barung is a myth, a story to scare children. But I know the truth. It's real, and it's out there, waiting for its next victim. The jungle remains silent, but the fear echoes.